Nick A30's brand new icon skin was just released. He joined the ranks of Ninja, Lachlan, Booga, and some of the best Fortnite icons of all time. Nick is a Fortnite legend and many people love him, but that doesn't mean the family-friendly superstar comes without controversy.
Dude, I can't believe after everything he did, they still gave Nick an icon skin.
So without further ado, this is the entire story of Nick A30. Nick was born in Nova Scotia, Canada on March 14th of 1995, and little did he know he would eventually become one of the biggest names in gaming. But growing up, he never thought he would be able to pursue video games as a job, because at the time, it wasn't really a real job. Until very recently, making money from content creation was almost impossible, and it certainly wasn't something you could plan your life around. So instead of focusing on gaming, Nick focused on school and grades.
Like study. I wouldn't ever go out with anyone. Like I did at some points, but for the most part,
You did the sports and stuff.
I
but
would
not like
tell you to
going
go out,
with-
and you'd say, no, I have to study. I said, take a break. No, I can't. I
But
gotta
he did
study.
sport, like guitar.
Yeah.
I did the things that I had to do so it looked good on my resume.
Nick was determined to get into a good university after he graduated high school, and he wouldn't let anything silly like a social life stop him. But whenever Nick did take a break from studying, he would occasionally play on his PlayStation 3. It was a brief escape from all the numbers and sciencey stuff where he could just have some fun. He ended up graduating from high school in 2013 and got into Dalhousie University, one of the top-rated schools in all of Canada. He majored in microbiology and immunology, whatever that means. Around this time, Nick also started his YouTube channel, Nick A30. The name is actually a play off of his name in real life, but instead of being a Nick A like the letter, it's Nick A because he's Canadian. Also, 30 was his jersey number in football, so Nick A30 just made sense. At the beginning, Nick's content mostly surrounded around the video game The Last of Us, which was insanely popular at the time. He uploaded his first video ever called The Last of Us Remastered Online, Bow Tips and Tactics, on December 21st of 2014.
Hey everyone, it's Nick A30 here.
Nick was doing pretty well for himself, and his early videos all have over 100,000 views. Even PewDiePie, the biggest gaming YouTuber of all time, shouted him out on March 10th of 2016, which sent a whole new group of people to his channel.
First one is Nick A30. His channel does Last of Us multiplayer stuff. It's really funny, and I haven't seen anyone else do this, so I thought that was pretty cool. Check him out. Subscribe.
Things were going great for Nick. I mean, he was going to one of the best universities in all of Canada and starting to make a name for himself on YouTube. But there was one big problem, and that was Nick starting to feel the effects of academic burnout.
The academic grind definitely burned me out and got me to a point where I was feeling like exhausted, lonely, and just kind of worn out, and that was actually at the point where I had to take a break.
Like I said, during these early YouTube days, Nick was still attending college, and he was studying medicine, which is not easy. It was getting harder and harder for Nick to balance his school life with his YouTube success, and it was even harder to convince his parents that he wanted to quit university to pursue YouTube full-time. But Nick and his parents came up with a deal.
And I said, you got 1 year to prove me wrong. I said, but I want to see a good living. I want to see that, you know, not just a few bucks a month. I want to see enough that you can pay your bills and live off of.
So Nick took a gap year from college starting around 2017. Without constant assignments, midterms, and finals, Nick was able to focus on gaming and YouTube full time. So he started streaming The Last of Us on YouTube as well during the day, and then at night he would edit his videos. And it was working, because on October 24th of 2017, Nick hit 50,000 subscribers on YouTube, which, by the way, we just hit that same milestone this week, and I'm incredibly grateful for all of you guys helping me reach my goal of 100,000 subscribers by the end of this summer, so hit the subscribe button if you haven't done so yet. But little did Nick know he was about to start playing a new game that would change his life forever. Fortnite's Battle Royale mode launched on September 26, 2017, and it absolutely blew up. People were obsessed with this game, and for good reasons. It reskinned the classic third-party shooter games with fun, colorful cosmetics and a unique playstyle with building. It stuck out in a sea of camo-covered Call of Duty copycats. Fortnite's style fits perfectly with Nick A30's family-friendly family personality, which wasn't always Nick A30's personality, and we're gonna talk more about that controversy a little bit later. Nick uploaded his first Fortnite video exactly a month after Fortnite came out on October 26th of 2017. It was titled Epic Sniping Fortnite Battle Royale Gameplay with Tips and Tricks. But it wasn't until his second Fortnite video, New Small Shield Potion, that he really blew up in Fortnite. As of today, that video sits at almost 1 million views. And it wasn't long before Nick became one of the biggest names in Fortnite. He was reeling in millions of views every video, and his streams regularly had audiences of over 50,000 people. Not to mention, he was one of the only family-friendly Fortnite streamers at the time. He was never toxic, never swore, and was an all-around great guy. By May of 2018, Nick would reach 1 million subscribers. So in only 7 months, he went from 50,000 subscribers to 1 million. This was an insane jump in popularity, especially in 2018. The YouTube community has never really seen something like this before.
Wow, that's huge! Oh my god! Isn't that big? Seriously.
That's heavier, actually.
So it's wrapped in plastic. Oh my gosh. That's insane.
It was safe to say Nick was not going back to college. He kept grinding away on YouTube, and it wasn't going unnoticed. He was even featured in Mr. Beast's YouTuber Battle Royale tournament. He didn't win, but man, that looked like a fun time. And he also got to interview the head of YouTube Gaming.
What's going on, guys? We are joined by Mr. Ryan Wyatt in YouTube LA. We are going to be asking him some questions.
Epic Games even invited Nick to commentate at the Summer Skirmish.
Welcome to week 5 of the Summer Skirmish. My name's Zeke, and this week we're joined by Nick A30.
How's it going, everyone? Welcome to week 5. It's gonna be exciting. I'm hyped. I'm hyped.
And although all of these things were amazing, they wouldn't compare to the amazing deal. Get it, Nick A? Okay. The amazing deal that Nick was about to sign. On August 29th, 2019, Nick announced that he would be streaming exclusively on Twitch.
The A-Team is coming to Twitch.
Let's do this.
And although this was great for Nick and he received a large amount of money from Twitch to come on over, people didn't really receive this information very well. Unfortunately, a lot of Nick's viewers loved that he was one of the top streamers on the YouTube platform. And when you spend so long on one platform, it's very hard to get your audience to follow you to another. Nick, known for his determination, pushed through this small speed bump and quickly became very successful on Twitch as well, gaining 500,000 followers on Twitch in only 1 month of streaming. And despite signing to Twitch, Nick was still able to post weekly uploads to his YouTube channel. And because of this change in platforms, it seemed like Nick was growing even bigger than ever before. Nick kept growing bigger and bigger and even hit 5 million subscribers on YouTube in May of 2020. Up until this point, Nick had been operating as a free agent. No pro gaming orgs, no content creation orgs, nothing. Just himself and his computer. And that was all about to change on November 11th of 2020, when Nick finally decided to join an org.
So you guys know, ever since I started streaming, family and community have always been #1 priority for me, which is why I'm excited to tell you guys today that I'm actually joining an org. And I think in doing so, there's gonna be a lot of cool content opportunities. I'm gonna get to attend some amazing events where I'll see my community, and I'm gonna get to collaborate with some amazing streamers who are already part of this org. And that org is Luminosity.
Founded in 2015, Luminosity is one of the biggest gaming organizations of all time, and probably the biggest one based out of Canada, which is where Nick is from. And Nick joined only a couple of weeks after fellow massive content creator XQC joined. By joining Luminosity, Nick now had access to a bunch more opportunities than before. He collaborated all the time with other creators like Cypher PK, and even got to host his own Fortnite Creator Cup.
Fortnite's done so much for me in terms of my career path over the last few years, and for them to recognize me with a tournament and a skin bundle, that's something I'll never forget, and you guys are a huge part of that.
On November 22nd, 2020, the first Nick A30 Cup was held, and people loved it, so much that he did it again. On March 8th of 2021, the second Nick A30 Cup was held, but this time Nick was one of the commentators of the match. This tournament had some of the biggest names in competitive Fortnite playing, like Booga, Clicks, and Bucky FPS. And the game mode based on this tournament's map appeared in Fortnite's main menu. All of these Fortnite events were huge full circle moments for Nick. Not only did he succeed as a creator, but he got so big that his favorite game was featuring him on the main page. Unfortunately, however, up till this point, Nick had not been featured in the icon skins. But we'll talk a little bit more about that later and how that's all going to change. Around this time in 2022, Fortnite started to die out. Stream sniping was a massive problem, making it almost impossible for big streamers to play the game in peace. Not to mention, the audience for the game was getting smaller and smaller post-COVID. Despite all of this, Nick continued to make videos, and in fact, unlike many others, his videos were still thriving. Although he never reached the heights he did at the beginning of his career, he was still hitting 1 million views on his videos very regularly. This was probably due to his family-friendly content, because he could appeal to the younger demographics that still invested in the Fortnite community, plus his positive attitude kept him pushing forward. But next would come the first controversy of Nick A30's career. On August 29th of 2022, Nick left Luminosity Gaming forever, and honestly, we don't know exactly why Nick left. He didn't make an official announcement outside of that tweet, and although there doesn't seem to be any specific bad blood between Nick and Luminosity, it is very suspicious that he would leave without really saying much about the situation. However, leaving the org didn't seem to do much as far as changing Nick's content, if at all. He continued to regularly post Fortnite content. One of the video formats Nick was known for were his custom lobbies. He loved to recreate movie scenes or make little skits with his audience.
What are all those stormtroopers doing here? Wait. Padme, get down!
These videos required a lot of organization. Sometimes filming a little 30-second clip would take Nick hours. And that's mostly because this would require his entire lobby's cooperation, and sometimes it didn't exactly work out.
I have gathered you all here today to announce a passing of the crown.
And although things were going great for Nick, he was trying to get back to the massive views he was seeing just a couple years ago. And that was about to happen, because in July of 2023, a sound clip from one of Nick's streams went viral on TikTok.
Never back down, never what?
Never give up.
Never back down, never what?
This sound clip absolutely blew up. As of right now, that sound clip has been used in making 263,000 videos. And that doesn't even account for the people that copied the sound without crediting him, so it's probably closer to 500,000. You could not even scroll down your FYP without hearing Nick's motivational voice. Never back down, never what? Yeah, that was cringe. Okay. And for most people, this would have been a blessing. Having a sound go viral on TikTok could bring thousands of new people to your channel, but that doesn't mean those people are going to be a nice or positive addition to your community. And like I said before, Nick has spent a very long time cultivating a positive audience that's very family friendly, and this new group of followers seem to be ruining this good thing that he had going.
Like, yeah, we have more viewers, but I mean, honestly, it makes streaming way worse, to be honest. I mean, just stream sniping alone, it's irritating. Like, I would rather just go back to normal, to be honest. I don't really care.
Nick even claimed that TikTok was ruining his ability to stream. Following this, he focused more on just playing Fortnite instead of doing big community events. But luckily, he didn't let this get to him too much, and Nick kept streaming Fortnite and even held another Fortnite event. On August 14th, 2023, Nick held the first Creative Gauntlet, which was a tournament featuring a bunch of different challenges. That's where we get to current date. And since 2017, Nick A30 has been a really positive force on the Fortnite community. And in just these past 7 years, he's really done it all. But there's just one thing that he hasn't done yet, and that's get his own Fortnite skin. Well, at least until today. The Fortnite Icon series launched in January of 2020 during Chapter 2 Season 1. And to start off the series, of course, Fortnite picked one of the biggest creators ever, Ninja.
So we'll talk about it, baby. It happened. It's official. We finally got a Ninja skin in the game.
And although he isn't as popular now, trust me, Ninja was the biggest name in Fortnite at the time. I mean, he even did this silly dance at the Times Square New Year's Eve party.
What you got? Just move. If you got to know it, just move. It's all I want to see, some movement. I'm not seeing enough movement. Oh my God.
Since the release of Ninja's skin, many other content creators got bestowed with their own personal in-game skin. Some of them include Lachlan, Booga, Laserbeam, and Cypher PK. Although it started off with mostly Fortnite creators, it seemed like the Icon series developed to be more about celebrities. The major Icon skins became musical artists, sports stars, and even Mr. Beast. And I know what you're thinking, Timmy, isn't Mr. Beast a YouTuber? And to that I say yes, he is, but let's be real. When you think of Mr. Beast, do you immediately think about Fortnite? No. You think about him giving away Teslas and living in a cave for a month. I'm talking about Fortnite creators. But all of this is going to change on June 10th of 2024 when it was announced that Nick 830 would be getting his own icon skin. I, for one, am so happy for Nick and honestly just shocked that this hadn't happened sooner. I cannot wait for this to get added to the game so that I can buy it. If you enjoyed this video, click right here to watch another one. I love you guys so much. Thank you for helping me reach 50,000 subscribers, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.